Coherence, compassion, and eggs. When I think of coherence, I think of an experiment by water researcher Veda Austin. If you haven't come across her, I highly recommend exploring her work. She communicates with water using a freezing technique. The images and messages she receives are amazing. I have used the freezing method myself and was astounded by the results. I will enclose some of my own photographs so you can get an idea. The particular experiment that stayed with me was one where she worked with egg albumin. Again, I recommend you look this up as I won't detail it here, but I will give my own brief account and explain how I feel it relates to coherence. Veda took egg albumin from both healthy and caged eggs and incorporated it into her freezing method. The images in the ice revealed that the healthy, free-range eggs often displayed up to 6 clear patterns and geometries. The caged eggs displayed only 1 or 2, and often none at all. Veda took a single healthy free-range egg and surrounded it with caged eggs and left it overnight. The next day, she used her freezing method to explore the egg albumin. The results? Significant improvement in the albumin of the caged eggs. In fact, she states, it is hard to distinguish the difference. The eggs that were further away from the healthy free-range egg also improved, though to a lesser degree. The healthy egg was unchanged. Why did this stay with me, and why do I believe it is important? I feel that becoming coherent is a powerful medicine for the times we are in. I recently had an experience where I was in a conversation with 2 others. One was having a bit of a time of it, shall we say. She was upset, and rightly so. But I could feel the pull, the attempt to get me into that place and state with her. I mean, we've all done it. I've done it. Misery likes company and all. What was different this time was that I was very aware of it. I had a strong feeling to put my hand on my wound space and hold my presence within me. Afterwards, myself and the other person that was there reflected on the situation. We both really felt for our friend, and I explained that I had a strong need to sit in my own presence and not take it on or get involved, or as I would now describe it, remain coherent. We talked about it for a while and discussed whether it was a bit cold of me to not be more in the situation. What about the good egg? She asked, referring to the above-mentioned experiment. I'll pause here to bring in the word compassion, because I know it is often considered what is needed in these times. It means to suffer with. The Proto-Indo-European root of the word passion is ber, which means to suffer and to bear children. I have some thoughts about this. Firstly, we're in an era when we are constantly being called to be compassionate for everyone, everywhere. It is a full-time affair. There are any amount of situations that we are called to be compassionate for. I imagine this may have something to do with the rise in hollow virtue signalling and people arguing with AI on social media. Compassion fatigue and a sense of powerlessness. It doesn't seem natural to be in such a persistent state of suffering. Second, when I was breastfeeding my son many years ago, if I heard another baby cry, Even if I didn't know and couldn't see that baby, my body responded. Yep, that's right. My body made milk. My point? We don't need to be told to be compassionate. It's biological. And third, recently I took a trip to Belfast for some shopping and I saw a young man slumped in front of a phone box. His hands were a terrible colour. He was lying in a contorted position and honestly, he did not look like he was alive. People were just walking past, not even noticing him. I was so angry. I rang 999. I gave them details and had to wait to be called back. Someone eventually rang me back and asked if the man by the phone box was breathing. I said I didn't know. So they told me to check. I was traumatized at the thought of discovering this man was dead. It was really difficult to tell, but eventually I could see he was just about breathing. The lady on the phone asked me if I could wake him. I have worked in many jobs in my life, and I am not unfamiliar with being around people who are out of their tree on drugs and all manner of other situations. But this was upsetting for me. I had to really shake him, but eventually his heavy eyes opened and rolled back in his head. He was kind of awake. I was told to ask him if he wanted an ambulance. I did, and a no-type noise made its way out of his slack face. So I was told by the person on the phone that they would be sending no help if he didn't want it. I had to walk away and leave him there. And now I understood why people were walking past. Again, compassion fatigue and a sense of powerlessness. I went to a cafe, found a seat facing a wall, and cried. I decided I would live my life to the fullest that I could as an act of service to anyone who, at this moment in time, could not. I am not suggesting that compassion is not powerful and necessary, but I am wondering if there is a new type of medicine that could also be introduced in our current times, an evolution of what is needed, an approach that puts the power back into our hands. So yes, what about the good egg? It did make me think, was I cold, uncaring, selfish? I sat with it for a while, and like a flash it came to me. The good egg did not overreach, go out and move towards the eggs that had less coherent patterns, offering itself. It didn't take on or suffer with their discordant patterns. It just was steady, strong, coherent. In doing so, it affected the eggs around it in the most beautiful way. I feel coherence holds more influence and power than distortion or discordance, and this experiment confirms that for me. Veda believes nature is looking to improve rather than downgrade. I believe life wants to live and is looking for ways to do so. Coherent geometries and patterns support this, supports life. So how do we become more coherent? There are many things we can do, I imagine. Bare feet on the earth to tune in to the natural currents and patterns, breath work, visualization, drinking structured water which will influence the water in our bodies, patterned movement like yoga, and of course living lineage work, shifting the lineage patterns that we carry as a soul reclamation and brings coherence. There are also things to stop doing which may help. Watching the news, overconsumption of social media, In fact, I sense that coherence is a natural state, and there is power in gently removing what is preventing it. I'll just mention here that I have had conversations with people who know about these things, and lads, some of what is shown in the media is not real. Staged events are a thing. Your beautiful capacity to care and have empathy could be being hijacked for things that are not actually happening. It's worth bearing this in mind. So yes, these maps to help create a sense of coherence are all excellent, but the map is not the territory. The map is helpful, but it is in personal exploration that you will get to know the terrain. What I really feel is powerful is discovering what coherence means to you personally, how it feels in your body and psyche, and allowing the remedies that are correct for you to reveal themselves. This is the experience I will be guiding on Sunday, the 22nd of March. Becoming Coherent is available for paid subscribers. If you join Sounds of Sophia as a paid subscriber, for £5 per month, you get access to these live Zoom events with me at the solstices, equinoxes, and cross quarters, along with weekly mini meditations that guide you to explore your inner world, get familiar with it, and begin to shape your reality to your liking. You can also join Becoming Coherent via Eventbrite. And I am excited to share that as I release this essay, I'm also releasing my brand new website, ninasophia.me. I have really enjoyed creating this and hope that you have as much fun exploring it. You will find details on my work, how to work with me, and some free resources over there. As for the friend who is having a challenging time, she texted me later that day to say she had bought me a gift. Perhaps unconsciously, she appreciated and was influenced by my coherence